Thank you, Coach. Soldier Field opened back in 1924 with the Bears becoming 10-71, and what a home field advantage it has become here in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings.
Come on, fellas.
Set, ready? 10-2 start.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Shit! Watch the shit!
Fight.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
What you got?
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later. Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ready, set.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
You got nothing.
Third down, they're going to throw for it with McSorley. He's going to loft one, deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory.
Here we go.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's McSorley on 1st and 10. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Paul Richardson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 7-0. This one taken from the 7. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
No, hey, wahoo.
Now it's Trubisky. Open man is Trey Burton. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
He's got hey, Alpha. We got double up, double up.
Hatchet, hatchet. Hey, switch gears.
From the 38, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Alert 3.
On third down, Trubisky. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a two-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Cook. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Go now. 60 outlaw. Get.
On 3rd down, it's McSorley. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Good coverage there holds them to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Check safety, check safety.
2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. Flush to his right. He's got Burton here. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38.
Switch. Check 3, check 3.
Hey, 18.
Check hot route. Hot. Shift.
On the jet sweep, they get this to Cooks. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Check. Crunch.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky.
Check 31.
And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Slam.
Now a give right side. It's Grant. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Don't get nervous.
Back. Watch out.
Lock in. Hey, Delta.
He's checking. Crash.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Mike 6. Here we go, D. Safe.
Alert. Go. Yes.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Going to throw deep for the ends. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique, and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance. He's helping his team in a huge way.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Give to Cook out of the gun. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Down. 60 or.
McSorley from the shotgun. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 36 yards on the play. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Hey, ball.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. They will run with Graham. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Alert. 18. Hey, Zoo.
Trubisky now to throw on third down. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up fourth down. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Out.
Kill. Turn.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Come on, set. 15 line. 15 line.
Big stop, let's go.
Set.
First down, here's the run with Cook. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
You gotta get the ball, D, get the ball.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. McSorley. Thomas has got it, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Over 30 yards there, and first downs on 3 consecutive plays now.
Ready?
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. McSorley, 1st and 10. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throwing is McSorley. Open man is born. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Take 4, take 4.
Greystone, travel.
Now McSorley. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
On 1st down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 61 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Here's Grant. And they'll get him down right around the 16. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
They're going to set up the screen here. This is Grant. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Hey, 40's Mike. 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike. Here we go. Here we go.
Ransom.
Mike 40. Mike 40.
Ransom. Fuzz.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
49.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Corey Grant, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. 2nd and 10, it's McSorley. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Out of the shotgun, McSorley. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 19 yards that time for number 19. Looking to throw on 1st and 10. Here's McSorley. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Bailey's kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Lock in.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. 7 yards there and a first down. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
3, 218, chop.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Hey, turn it up. Bang, 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 bang.
They'll run on 1st down. Grant. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Alert.
Even. 4 down. Even.
Hey, Charlie.
Check it.
Man, up.
Check.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. This is caught. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Hey, 18. Blue.
Now Trubisky to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal.
Tighten up. Alert. Hey, Haywood. Jim. Pick the edge. Come.
Trubisky will throw. This is caught. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. He'll try and run for it. And I don't think he got in. He didn't. He's stoned at the 1-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line.
You got tight right there.
22 jet bombers. Hey, high 7.
Here we go.
Here's McSorley on 1st and 10. Being chased out left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Hey, watch the slant.
On 2nd down, Cook. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Check.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
58
Here's McSorley to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. McSorley sets to pass, eluding the pressure right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen. And
he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Watch the whip.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Trubisky.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Mike's 40.
Lock in, lock in.
Let's go, let's go.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Finding Gabriel, complete. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one, because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Here I come again. Here I come again. 40's the mark. Squeeze. Yeah, let's get...
Alert, 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 alert. Hey, wahoo.
Now Trubisky. He'll find Miller. That's complete. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. They'll roll him out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Slam, slam, slam. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
18, 18.
10, 10.
Now it's Trubisky. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Give him 32 on the play.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Check 6 guys.
On 1st down, it's Grant. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Throwing here, Trubisky. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 30. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So from one end zone all all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he was kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Let's go. Hey, Mike 40, Mike 40. Get your swarm on.
Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, let's switch the mic right here.
Hey, ball. I got one.
Here's Trubisky. Going deep this time for Miller. He's got a man. Complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big pickup of 38. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Check 24, check 24.
Alert. Red, smoke. Hey, alert.
Play action. It's Trubisky. He'll buy some time right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Hey, Delta.
3 down. Be good. He's crashing.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long, he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I got you, son.
On 2nd down, it's McSorley. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
At their own 47-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. That one goes for 24 yards. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on 1st down. Here's Trubisky. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Throwing now is Trubisky. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, Here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17.
Makes the score Vikings 20, Bears 17.
So with 40 seconds left, we'll see the onside kick. If they've ever needed one to go their way, it's now. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And the clock will roll down to zeros. 4 weeks in, 4-0. I don't think anybody needs to alert the 72 Dolphins just yet, but great start to the season.
Great start. How about taking a knee at the end, and there's no better feeling for a team than to do that, to close out a victory. But you're right, at 4-0, they're sending a message to the rest of the league. They're going to be tough to deal with.
Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you, these division games never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for the Vikings, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Chicago, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.